Dmitry Bivol does it again, and he beats another fighter who hails from Mexico, and he just defeated Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Well, congratulations to Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry Bivol really solidifies himself as a top fighter, top 10 pound for pound guy by defeating and taking the O. He fought, it was two undefeated fighters, Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez, and Bivol definitely came out on top. I'm going to give you guys some of my thoughts and explain what I saw in this critical review. So, early fight, I said Bivol had a nice straight right. The DAZN commentary, they said that Gilberto, he sees something. Ramirez, similar to what Mikey Garcia said about Errol Spence, but whatever Gilberto Ramirez thought he seen, he really didn't see, because this was a one-sided affair, and Bivol was landing nice combinations. The fight took place in Abu Dhabi. Round one was an easy round for me to score for Dmitry Bivol, and as the fight wore on, you've seen very little from Zurdo Ramirez. I also thought midway through the fight, or actually this was in the first couple of rounds, I said I do not like the taller southpaw, Zurdo, being backed up in round two by the smaller Bivol who was coming forward. I don't think that's Zurdo's bag to fight backwards, not get the respect, and he needs to move forward. So I said this in round two. I'm clearly the greatest in the history of boxing when it comes to these reviews, because you notice what I'm saying before the fight, during the fight, and when we get an outcome is all consistent. So I didn't like, from an early onset, I didn't like Zurdo's game plan. He was not doing what I think based on his style and his skill set and his intangibles, that wasn't the way to beat Bivol. So to me, it was a terrible performance by Ramirez. Ramirez's corner was lying to him throughout the fight. They were saying that Bivol doesn't know how to adjust. Well, you've seen, if you watch the fight, if not, go back and watch it, and you'll understand that that's not the case. Bivol has skills, and Bivol used those skills tonight. I said the DAZN commentary was horrible. There's a difference between taking a round off and your opponent doing great in a round. So they were trying to, again, this is what separates me in terms of the commentary department. I don't force the fight. Whatever I see, I tell you, and I'm straight up and down, steak and potatoes, and I'm honest. I don't have to make the fight up. I don't have to use favoritism or emotion. I tell you what I see. I don't try to make it look like someone's doing better than what they truly are doing. And to me, that's the proper way to call the fight. DAZN, instead, they were like, oh, Gilberto Ramirez is doing so good. And like, really, for me, I think Gilberto Ramirez, his best moments were when Bivol almost was like trying to bait him and get him to burn some energy and waste punches, or maybe taking a round off. And that's not really a good. So your best round shouldn't be when someone is just not throwing that much. But every time that Bivol was commanding the lead and getting off first and just in his rhythm, it was really a one-sided affair. I said Zurdo's stance is super wide. Look at how far apart Zurdo's legs are. And then, you know, again, this was the poor DAZN commentary. They had an unofficial scoring, and they said the fight was dead even midway through. I don't know what people watch. I'm pretty sure people don't know how to score boxing, but there was never a point where Zurdo was up or where the fight was even at all. I don't think Zurdo won really many rounds. And then the DAZN commentator says Gilberto Ramirez, like slaughtering his name. Just a bad commentary product. I also said, so far, Zurdo looks out of his element. Really no body attack. Zurdo appears gun shy, too reactionary, as opposed to how we've seen him in his past fights where he was more aggressive. So again, this is not the way to approach a guy more skilled than you. Zurdo is getting tagged up like graffiti. I said he was getting tagged up like graffiti. You hear me? And I said this is a dumb game plan for Zurdo thus far. Don't use your size, don't use your height, don't use your volume punching, don't use your body work against a smaller Bivol. Again, you're never going to win a fight against somebody who is technically better than you by not doing certain things. And I also said, crazy thing is, Dmitry Bivol has a defense much like Shakur Stevenson, where he could be right in front of you and then the guys still are afraid to get off or can't get off. So credit to both of those fighters. Shakur, it's a blessing to be able to have a defense in the sport of boxing. I also said Zurdo's team is lying to him, acting like he's doing good, and I hate when the corners lie to their fighter. So they were saying stuff like he's getting tired. I don't know exactly what they said, but stuff to the effect of, oh, he's breaking, he's getting tired, and he can't make adjustments. That was a beautiful round by you, and he was getting tagged. So, I mean, I would listen. I'm straight up and down, give it to you uncut, raw. If my team was doing that to me and then I went back and watched the tape, I would fire everybody. That's just me personally. Because if I'm paying you to do a job, I don't want a bunch of yes men just lying and saying I'm doing good. Because even post-fight, they asked Zurdo, they said, oh, you didn't look normal or whatever, you lost. Do you think you did enough to win? And he said, yes, he does believe he did enough to win the fight, which sounds insane, given the fact that he could have at best won 1 round, 2 rounds, something like that. So clearly, it was an emotional response, but there's no way he could have won the fight. And I believe one judge had it the furthest apart, and then the 2 other judges had it pretty far apart, but not quite as wide. I said, Bivol dog walk Zurdo, all that size for nothing. This is the sweet science, baby. So, congrats. I did say Golden Boy is down bad, likely getting in the way of Ryan and Tank. We'll see the outcome if that fight does happen. Zurdo is 44-0, and he finally fought a quality guy like Bivol. He loses virtually every round. Jaime Munguia has a very similar situation. Both out of Mexico. They have these inflated resumes where, they're stopping everybody. But then the biggest fight he could have fought was Jermall Charlo on Showtime, which really would have bolstered his name if he could beat Charlo. But Golden Boy in the 11th hour got in the way of that. Jojo Diaz also lost. And then you got Oscar De La Hoya talking about he's about to expose everybody in boxing. Oscar De La Hoya said he's going to expose everyone in boxing, but his 6'3" fighter, Zurdo Ramirez, with a record of 44-0, just got found out by Dmitry Bivol. So to me, that's kind of being exposed. Somebody, when they were going to the scorecards, they yelled, and the new. And I said, these people are crazy because there's no way that Zurdo won the fight. Listen, I don't have no love lost against no fighter, but I will give you guys my honest thoughts. There's no way that Gilberto Ramirez won the fight. I did say and congratulate Bivol again. He could fight his butt off. Great range, controls distance. He was slipping a lot of jabs from a taller fighter, which is impressive. Great footwork, just really sharp tools and fundamentals. So I love what I've seen from Bivol. This is boxing, and he did his thing. And this is the second performance. You have to consider him for sure. Him and the Devin Haney's and Jermall Charlos for being undisputed. These are all like fighter of the year type of people because of what they're doing for boxing. So shout out to them. In closing, Canelo wanted Zurdo to win. He said he doesn't want to fight a fellow Mexican. He doesn't want to fight a countryman who wears and shares the same flag as him. So I told you in the past, Ego Stradamus strikes again, that Canelo, I believe he was saying that because he didn't want to have to fight Bivol. So he was hoping that Gilberto Ramirez knocked off Bivol for him, and then he could just use that. Oh, he's off a loss. He's no longer a champion. I'm Canelo Alvarez. I was born ready. I don't have to fight him. But that's not how it works. I said, nope, like the Jordan Peele movie. Surprise, you still got to fight Bivol again. I was born already. We'll see. So we're going to see about that because this puts Canelo in a difficult spot. You said you don't want to fight no more Mexicans, which is completely appalling from a boxing, because boxing is not about, listen, when I talk about real issues as it pertains to race in boxing, people say, oh, you're playing the race card. Oh, quit bringing up race and stuff like that. They don't say anything about what I'm saying. That's what they say. Stop playing the race card. So why is Canelo Alvarez talking about race, national pride, ethnicity, heritage by saying, I don't want to fight another Mexican. But guess what? Surprise, Dmitry Bivol, the guy who already beat you and skunked you just like he just skunked Zurdo Ramirez, luckily for you, he's not Mexican and he's from Russia. So now you got to see him again. And I said, Bivol's cold. They asked him like, oh, Zurdo's way bigger than you. And he said, the lion isn't the biggest animal in the jungle, but he's the king. And I like that. I thought that was dope. And finally, DAZN was trying to set up this narrative that Bivol, a light heavyweight champion, should move down in weight and fight Canelo Alvarez at 168. So they're doing anything to try to give Canelo some type of advantage. Why would, if Bivol just schooled Canelo and schooled Zurdo Ramirez while Canelo's on the sideline saying he needs surgeries and stuff like that, why does he have to move down in weight when he already beat Canelo? Well, how does Canelo keep getting to call those type of shots? Canelo lost, he lost bad. What he should do is to redeem himself, go back to the division. No one told, keep in mind, people wanted him to fight on Showtime versus David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo. Now Benavidez got a great big fight with Caleb Plant and he's booked up. So the pressure is on Canelo. Go fight the man that beat you at 175. If there's a rehydration clause or you try to tax him and weight drain him and bring Bivol down to 170 or 168 pounds, then that's going to look very fraudulent for Canelo, who some, even himself, were saying was #1 pound for pound. And he was saying he was, you know, still the best, even though he lost to Bivol. So you fight this guy who just beat 2 Mexican fighters in a row with good records. Canelo only had 1 loss and Zurdo had 44-0 or whatever and 0 losses. Congrats to Bivol, hell of a performance. I'm definitely a fan. Subscribe. A lot of people ask me what I use to create content. Things like YouTube thumbnails that generate thousands of views. For the first time ever, the cat is out of the bag. I use Canva Pro. But Canva Pro is so much more than a YouTube thumbnail maker. Use Canva Pro to curate content for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, and a whole lot more. Flyers, flowcharts, you name it, with Canva Pro. Click the affiliate link in the description to get Canva Pro. Many features, elements available to you. Take your brand to the next level. Invest in yourself. It takes money to make money. So sign up for Canva Pro today. Happy creations. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.